Lagos State House of Assembly. I'm happy to appreciate God, and not only that, I appreciate my constituents who has deemed me fit to have voted me for me to be here today. And I thank Lagosians, and I thank leaders of our great party, APC. By the grace of God, we are looking for better governance. We are also looking for continuity of our party, the All Progressive Congress, with a refined and a better presidential candidate who we believe will jiggle a lot for the betterment of Nigerians. Who is this candidate I'm talking about? Is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and his competent vice president to be Kashim Shettima. These two combinations, for me, they are competent men who has seen it all, who has worked, who are one time, in fact, they are all past senators to start with, and they are past governors to start with. And their performance has been there. Let me even zero into our presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which a lot has been said about him. Of course, whatever I'm saying now is not new to the public. But one thing I will say, he is a man who devoted his life fighting for this democracy people like us also enjoying today, and other people who almost lost his life in this democracy. So, if for me, fine, the father is not the only one, but when you talk about the key leaders that actually fought for this democracy we're having today, through when the junta was there, Abacha and co, the military, give it to him and others. But among those others, for him, he felt now that he can lead this country to Eldorado. He has made up his mind, and he's just appealing to Nigerians to give him that support. He's not arrogant about it. He's not saying it's his personal rights. Yes, but he's appealing to Nigerians that he is capable, that he has done a lot. A lot. Let me take Lagos as an example, which is where he built a foundation. And not only building a foundation, he also worked on succession plan. You know, when you draw a map, like a father of a house, and you are doing very well, you don't have children that can take over from you. Of course, everything will collapse. Lagos is good the way it is today. Well, Lagos has been lucky with leadership. And that leadership, yes, I would say it did not start with him alone. The former governor, Jakonde, also came in, Asiwaju, but Asiwaju is like somebody I would say with my tongue in quote as a father of modern Lagos. So Lagos have been lucky in the sense that even before independence, Lagos have always have good leaders, attentions have been given to Lagos. But Asiwaju, you cannot write the history of Lagos today without Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu coming tops of leaders and governors that have served this state. And that is what we are looking at. Like for me, he's somebody who has the eye, the vision to identify who can do better. Whether it's the star God gave him, I don't know. So it's not everybody that have that kind of star to identify, and not just identify, pick and nurture. He had nurtured a lot of people. When he finished, the current minister of what's his name? Fashola came in and took over from him. He worked with Fashola. Fashola was his chief of staff. And he picked him, he did very well. After Fashola, he gave opportunity to Ambody. He also did well. And today you have Sowolu, who is also contributing. So because there's a lay map, there's a train, a development map already established, and he ensured that those people that are taking over from him key into those developed plan already for the state. Is that you can see that it's a leader that have vision, and he will ensure that the best within his own ability emerge. Yeah, people can say maybe he's autocratic. It's no. I think he has somebody who has been fair, and he has made Lagos, support Lagos to get to where it is. So we believe. Remember, Lagos don't have land. If assuming this same person, Asiwaju is given opportunity at the federal, with the massive land we have, the massive opportunity we have, but let me tell you, the sky will be Nigerian limits.
Okay, aside that, sir, looking about the 6 geopolitical zone comprises of multi-millions of Nigerians of different ethnics, culture, and religions. Going by the Muslim ticket, what's your take on this, sir?
I always say one thing about Muslims, they are like us. You know, at times I always say, when we are talking about Muslim and Christian, who is the father of both the Christian and the Muslim? It's Abraham from the Bible. Go and check the origin. So sometimes when we come and be talking about this Abraham, and when you say Abraham, the same father but different mother. So what I will say, we are all one. But the issue as a political party, I will say that, I repeat it, I have said it before, every political party wants to win election. Chicken, huh? That's your motive. Any other motive is secondary. It is when you win, you can now say, how do we share responsibility? How do we allocate position? For our great party, or Progressive Congress, we have looked at through the leadership of Muhammadu BUHARI and Asiwaju Tinubu, have looked at it very well. But remember that whoever you are going to choose must be somebody that you believe can be loyal to you, that you can work together, have the same like minds. You cannot go and just pick anybody you want the person to become your deputy. Then, as at today, let's not accept the truth. As at today, in Nigeria today, the Muslims have more opportunity, are more than the Christian in the governance of Nigeria today. They have more influence as at today, as I speak to you, as at today. So let us not beat about the bush. Somebody will say, hey, no. It's only now you see the Christians are now waking up. I even love what is happening to the Christians, because if Christians are woken up before now, where they are, the situation will not be like this. Because the fact is that I want to win an election. How do I win it? Who are the people that I believe that can support me to win this election? Forget about religion. Fine, you have mentioned religion. Yes. Politically, the Muslims are more. They are more active. You know that the Muslims are more in population than the Christians. But in politics in Nigeria today, they are more. Because most Muslims, most Christians were just doing criticism, doing what I call armchair politics. But they are waking up. Good 18. Sometimes it's good for things to happen. And so, if by maybe in the next 8 years or whatever, the Christians, the way they are going now, all of us are waking up and do the needful politically, maybe they trade. And besides, the Muslims are also our brothers. They are also our relations. Muslim have happened before. It's not today. Even ACN, I think ACN 2011 or about
Kinjiri and Abiola.
Kinjiri and Abiola again is also an evidence. You understand? So it's not as if all we are saying here is, I want to win the election. So, who are those people I can use to win this election? And you have 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria. You must look at where you have strengths. Normally, capture that place. You also look at your opponents. Where are they coming from? What do they have? You counter it by choosing your own. And that is what I believe our great party have done strategically. Because we believe that Northwest, that have the largest voters population as of today, is with us. And I think it's coming from Northeast. So the best shot we can give is to look for somebody that will believe that have performed, a former governor, 2 times governor, a senator, who has performed, whose antecedent is there, which is Kashim Shettima. Give him the opportunity. You understand? Yes, he's a Muslim. But remember, even Asiwaju, he's not a religion bigot. The little one I know of him, the wife is a pastor. So I'm also using to appeal to the conscience of my Christian brothers. Let us not use, religion does not buy me food. Christianity does not make food cheaper for me in the market. Neither Islam makes food cheaper for me in the market. We all go to the same market. All we want are people that can move this country right. That's all. Competence, understanding, knowledge, and antecedent of people you can use to measure. And that is why when you look at the antecedent of Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu already and Kashim Shettima, they are good to go. All we are saying, Nigerians, let us forget religion issue. Let us make our country better for everybody. Nigeria, I would say we are progressing, no matter how we look at it. The country is still evolving, moving forward. Yes, after independence, remember, the military took over from the founders of I would say people that brought independence, Nnamdi Azikiwe and co. And it was military. And of course, whatever they are doing then, you cannot question them. But they are all Nigerians. So you don't say, but you know, democracy for me is the best way. But when, let me say, when the democracy returned 1999, things has been moving. But remember that all over the world, nothing has been constant. Even in price of things, price of economy-wise and a lot of... We had opportunity, but I will tell you also that our leaders, even when Gowon was in charge, remember those days, Gowon made a pronouncement. Remember Festa 77, at least we read it, that we have a lot of money, we don't know what to use our money for. And that was a fact then. There was money, but the thing, but we lack as at that time, what I would say, visionary leaders who would have at least invest so more when we have those opportunities. But those opportunities have been wiped away for the fact that also most of our leaders, and all of us, let me not say, because leadership also have to do with followership.
Yes.
Talk about corruption. We are highly corrupt. When we have opportunity in the office, we abuse it by taking what that belongs to everybody by one person because we have opportunity to do that. So corruption has been a pain to all of us in this country. And that is what even this present government have tried to work on. But the truth is that a trade law cannot make a forest. It's a joint responsibility. Yes, Nigeria is coming from a family when things were better, but we still look forward. We will not say, you not come and say it's my problem or just APC problem or maybe BUHARI. No! It has been something that has been there for a long time. Yes, we have leadership challenge. There's no doubt about it. We have leadership challenge. There's no doubt about it. But opportunity is coming again, 2023. Now God, Nigerians should put their thinking cap this time around, as we are doing, to ensure that we have the best leaders. The best we think among those that have put themselves there for us to elect. And for people like us, for me, I've seen it, and my own ability and my mind tells me the best I have seen that can achieve this for us is the candidacy of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kashim Shettima. If it was what is going on, yes, even the area of insecurity, the governance of BUHARI right now, APC is getting it right. Don't forget, he has bought even ammunition he has bought now. which we don't have before when the previous government was there. We don't have it. You cannot fight insecurity or fight terrorism or bandit with empty hand. We know how opportunity were given then and how money was stolen, how money was abused, and people were not being accountable. But today, give it to him. Yes, people will say he just woke up late, but the fact remains that if you don't have the equipment on ground, the armed forces cannot do anything. But today, you can see how they are battling terrorists, kidnapping, all the challenge we are having. And the way it's going, if they continue that way, I give you assurance that highest between now and December, it will be a thing of the past. So, but the military also need information, which is the role, or even you journalists, all Nigerians will play towards that. You understand? Because the country belongs to all of us. So it's not, and I always say, government is continual. Whoever that comes in, which I believe, when our party comes in again, but I believe that Asiwaju Tinubu is well educated, he's well versed politically, he has contacts, and he knows how to use other people to achieve success for the betterment of Nigeria. When I say other people, this incident is there. When he was governor, he brought people from Anambra State, he brought people from Ogun State, Kwara State, name them, even from the north, in his cabinet. They are all there. That is him. All he wants is the best hands to achieve success for the nation. I always say something. At his level and his stage, what does he need from Nigeria? I think the only thing he needs now is for his name to be in the record of Nigeria that I was one time the president of this nation. In fact, he's going to put more. He's going to put more his resources, his talent, and his contact he has for the betterment of Nigeria. That's why I'm looking and say, I pray that Nigerians look at him and give him the opportunity to save this nation coming 2022. Well, the youth should, the country, they say, today Nigeria belongs to the youth, and the youths are the nation of tomorrow. So they should not be sentimental. They should not be, because every candidate that is participating or vying for position, they are all Nigerians, and most of them have been in government position before. Go and look at their incidents. Age is not a factor. I always say it. When Mandela was the first, when he became president, how old was Mandela? Mandela was 80-something. When he became president, though he did it 4 times, 1 time and he left. How old was he? When you look at Biden now, how old is he? So you see, we are not talking about, we are talking about ability, intelligence, competence. Somebody that has done it before, who is not a greenhorn in the system, who knows what to do when opportunity is given, who can also seek for the best advice from anywhere to solve a problem. That's who Asiwaju Tinubu is. He's a problem solver if given the opportunity. So the youth, look at it that way. I don't know by flow, by saying this person is age or this one. We are not, after all, we have a lot of youths that are also not done well. We also have a lot of elderly people that are not done well. But the people we have right now, the ability of Asiwaju Tinubu will tell you that, look, since he left, among his peers, since he left government, 1997 or thereabout, or 1990, yes, 1997 thereabout. How many of his peers that was governor with him, can you hear their name actively now? How many? That's to tell you there's something great about Asiwaju Tinubu. There's something in him that Nigeria must take from him and build the nation. So he is #1 candidate as far as I'm concerned, and with him, Nigeria will go.